You changed my life. I took $5,000 to 100,000. And my immediate comment is, take half of it out, go buy some stuff, enjoy yourself. Then I get another message a month later, Sam, I'm down to 20,000. I said, oh, but that you add the 50 in because you took out half. Oh, I never took out half. Interesting. And I'm like, so you started with $5,000. You're doing $100 trades or $200 trades. You made $2,000. You took a $1,000 shot and went to 15. You took another $3,000 shot and went to 45. You did great. But then you started doing $10,000 shots. This is gambling 101. I'm telling you. You go to Vegas. You go sit at a blackjack table, and you start with $1,000. And you take it to, I don't know, say $10,000 in 5 hours. Okay, in 5 hours. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm so hot. You go do a hand for $1,000 and you lose. Then you do another hand for $1,000. You do lose. You lose another hand, $1,000, you lose. Now you're down $3,000. You're up 10. You're up 9 because you had started with 1. So you're up 6. And then you do a $5,000 shot, and it goes to shit, and you're back to almost even. And then you're like, I've lost 5 hands in a row. That can't happen. I mean, this has happened to me. I mean, I'm telling you, in Vegas. I mean, this can't happen. I can't lose 5 hands in a row. And then you put it all in, and boom, you're at 0. In 5 hours, it took you 5 hours to get to $10,000, and it took you 5 minutes to go to 0. This is trading. This is trading. We hit Google week after week after week after week. How is it even possible in the same year you could take 5 to 100 to 0? It doesn't matter. You gotta believe that. If you take half out, you only have 50 left in there, and then you say, I'm only going to play with 5. It took me 5 to 100. I'm going to do 5 to 100 again. Okay, maybe it takes me 6 months. So what? It doesn't matter. Okay? NVAX. There's a thing out there that somebody's going to produce their vaccine form, 150 million doses. So that one looks strong to me. Okay? mRNA. And the news is up and down. It's close to a breakout. The news is good. People are saying they're not going to be ready for the 20th. BNTX was up a little bit more. It's up a little bit. We'll see if we hold them. We'll see. And then we see. But here's the thing with the jobs report. There are not enough employees out there. We went to this place Saturday night. And we had dinner, and then we went to this other place. And it's tons of people. And they didn't have any servers for the tables. None of them. You had to go up to the bar and wait in line, and just crazy. There's not one server came to the table. Interesting. And I mean, this is a place that doesn't charge $2 a beer. They charge like $20 a margarita. And they don't have any servers. No servers. And yesterday, trying to get my little Yorkie into PetSmart for grooming, and they had an appointment and everything else, and they canceled it. We don't have anybody to do it. We don't have anybody to do it. Now, they've taken the price up $15 in the last 6 months. But unlike everybody else, it doesn't matter if it's $15 higher. You're going to go pay it. Okay, we're going to pay it, no problem. And we tip them well, too, after that. But they can't get people to do it. This is a problem, and it continues to be a problem. Okay, so know this. This is out there. How does it get fixed? I don't know. When does it get fixed? I don't know. But it's going to happen. So then we see Jolt, Total. Don't know what Owen's got up there. Oh, jobs and labor turnover. There you go. So pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Then we see. But the market went up nicely on the jobs report. We're not in a down market. Do we go down next month? I don't know. But this week, keep an eye out, because this week we have SPX roll. And every single SPX roll for the last 2 years, you have a day that the market goes down 20 handles really fast in 5 minutes. A lot of times it goes down 40, but 20 is very possible. So what does that mean? Let's say SPX is up 3. Somewhere when this roll starts, I believe it's the 9th, you're going to have 9th, 10th, 11th, maybe early next week, you're going to have a 30 or 40 point down day really fast. And then it always comes back. So what is the SPX roll? The SPX roll is, let's say, so some people struggle with SPX, but let's go to Apple. We'll use Apple. Say there was an Apple roll. There's no such thing, but they were. So let's say you had the Apple 150 calls, and you bought them a quarter out, so 3 months out, and it got near expiration. So you have to sell those. Those options go away. You have to sell them. You have to close it out. Okay? In the money, out of the money, whatever. You have to close it out. And then you got to buy the next quarters, 3 months out. That's what the SPX roll is. So the SPX roll, let's say you have the 4500s and you're in the money by 30 points, 40 points, whatever. That's going to end up, those options go away. They're going to settle. So you could either close them or let them settle and then buy them back. Now here's the thing. Everybody says, well, why don't you buy first, Sam? Because let's say you're a hedge fund and you have SPXs and you have $10 million worth. So you have to buy $10 million of the new ones first, or are you selling these first, then with the cash buying the next ones? SPX roll. That's what it is. Quarter to quarter. Next quarter. This is why you have some moves in the market, up and down, and then we see, and then we see. I really like ZS for this week. Mr. Oman, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, so this is where you get the index SPX roll, the CME group, and this is what we're looking at right here, September 9th to 17th. I have a feeling it already started, but I expect between now and end of next week, to see volatility. And my thought is maybe between now and then, this becomes a trading market, because when you look at what happened to the futures, right? Very volatile. The NASDAQ futures were up decent. Looked like they were going to outperform, but it's pretty flat now. And same with the SPX. So that's it. Feels like that's the type of setup you're going to have. I think if you have profits, you take it, and you wait for the next opportunity until this roll is done, because you don't know what they're going to do midday or end of the day. They may just come in and try to do the roll, and you're going to have a lot of volatility in your premiums. So just kind of keep an eye on this. And then I brought this up because Sam was talking about the job numbers, and this is a very good chart right here. I mean, this is parabolic. I mean, it goes back to all the way to 2011. This is the job openings, right? Job openings, JOLT data, job openings basically by industry total. And I mean, there's a lot of people looking for employees, and that's why the job numbers are all over the place. That's why the market is mixed about those information. I don't think you can take any one job and basically make a conclusion, right? But this is, I mean, this is pretty bad. This is inflationary in a big way, when it comes to wages, So, anyways, we'll see what happens, but. You guys see how I kind of pull all this stuff up, on Google. So, You just have to know what to look for, right? I mean, all this stuff is available on Bloomberg Terminal, but yeah, this is all like public data. You can go and pull all this information out, and but you see how this thing has accelerated in 2021, the job openings. I mean, we just haven't had a number like this in the last 10 years.
This is really interesting because I've thought about this before, and this is very, very simple to me. If you are, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 years old, even 14, 15, and you say, hey, I need to get a job, I need to do this, your parents are bugging you to make some money, blah, blah, blah. And you say, oh my God, I can go work at McDonald's for $9 or $12 or $15 or $18, CMG's $18, who knows? Doesn't matter. Or you say to yourself, all I hear is all about this crypto stuff. I can go put in $20 and make $20. I can go put in $50 and make $50. And I want to do some trading, and I want to learn that. I want to study that. I want to study cryptos. I want to study NFTs. And these people they have a different vision. They're not you. They're not me. And they're not all these people sitting on the sidelines that don't have no clue. That's sitting there saying, oh, go be a server. You can make $100,000. Do you like to be a server? Do you know how much effort and work that is? It's not simple work. It's hard, right? So people are like, hey, I can use my brain. I can get a little bit smarter, and I can make some money. I can make some money. And it works. It works. You can get on Twitter. You can look at stuff. You can follow some smart people that give you lots of good advice, lots of great advice out there. There's a lot of shit too, okay? But there's a lot of good advice. And people study this stuff. And Bitcoin goes up and down, and it's going up right now. And Ethereum is going up. SOL is going way up, doubled last week, almost, up 50, 60%. All this CrowdStrike stuff and this stuff. People are like, I can make money in different ways. So what's your belief, Omer? Do you think these people are going to come back to the service industry? I'm not so sure they are.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's the alternative is what you explained, and that's exactly it. And then let me add my sarcasm to it, and I think that's all because of the super easy monetary policy, because you're creating a lot of liquidity in the markets, easy to make money, which is good, but what you see here is the side effect of it. So you have a broken job market as a result. That's why I keep saying this is not sustainable long term. So, but that's what people are doing, especially in the crypto space, right? I mean, I don't do too much in it, but there's a lot of opportunities in there. I mean, these things move. These things move very well. I mean, look at what happened to Ether and Bitcoin. They got cut in half, or down by 60%. Got half of it back, so it's a volatile market. I mean, people make good money in it. People make good money in the markets. I think it's maybe easier to make money in crypto versus the stock market and options in some ways, if you time it right.
When they go, they go, right? When they go,
exactly.
They go. And then we see. The biggest problem with options and stocks is people fall in love. I'm telling you that you fall and look at Tesla. Tesla, very, very close to a complete move to 772, really fast. But people fall in love. You cannot fall in love. Netflix. I mean, we played Netflix a year and a half ago. We're playing it all the time, and it would have that first day, and it would go up 20, 30 points, and boom, you load up and you make money and you sell it and you buy the next one goes to shit. And now a year and a half later, 18 months later, it's finally moving. But the new stocks that come in, look at all the new ones. Moderna wasn't here before. BNTX, I mean, now NVAX, now UPST, SE. I mean, FVR, there's a lot of huge new stocks. MDB, what a monster move, MDB. But you know, people fall in love. I still see people playing TTD. This thing did a 10-to-1 split. It's almost impossible for at least a year to 2 years after a 10-to-1 split to make any money on options. Because if the stock moves a point, it's like it moved 10. For it to move 10 points, it's moved 100. And you go buy something 5 points out of the money, 5 points out of the money, if you pay like $1 or $2, it's like it needs a 60-point move. It doesn't move 60 points. It's hard. And the other thing that's very, very important here, one more thing, and we'll let Omer finish, is you have to learn average moves. I've taught you this stuff. If Apple moves on average 3 points a week for the last 10 weeks, and in a great week it moves 5, why would you buy an option that's 10 points out of the money? If it only moves 6, in the last 10 weeks, if the best week it had was 6 points up, I'm just making up numbers, why would you buy 10 or 20 points out of the money? Really? Look at Tesla's about Tesla. Let's see. I don't know if Tesla holds. It never holds. But if it holds today, this could be the start. Then we see, and then we see. Okay, what else you got, buddy?
You know, we're also going to get some PPI and CPI data this week. See if it matters. And then, you know, I think, well, it's a short week, so just kind of watch out for those two. And then the other thing I was going to mention, talk about falling in love in stock. This is why I walked away from this. Yesterday or on Friday, I read the entire press release that the company put out, and I picked up some bullet points in there that I thought were somewhat mixed. You know, I mean, the CEO saying, "quote unquote," I think the allegations are false. You know, so that language is very interesting. Choice of words, right? If you think about it, because you think. So and then they highlighted 2 visual errors in their presentation that they said it's not data, it's visual. So that's you know, red X2. So I don't, you know, so this is very, very mixed right now. I just think it's in what Sam famously calls in the 4 to 6 weeks, you know, no touchdown, because we just have to wait for this thing to settle, because you don't know who to believe, right? So.
Well, but here's the thing where I take this even different. This is where I add some really, really simple logic to all this stuff. Okay. QS is at $70. QS Battery Company, right? It's $70. It's gone to 120. And a short attack comes and it takes it to $40. $40. The CEO comes out and says, "Oh my God, they're lying. They don't know anything. This." And then he had already told you, we're not going to make any money till 2028. This is 2021. We're not going to make any money for 7 years. So why would anybody own my stock to start with? And he's telling you it's all fake. Okay? So now go to Sava. This CEO is telling you this stuff. I don't care if the CEO is right or wrong. Here's what he's doing wrong. I mean, I'm smarter than he is. I mean, because let me tell you, if you say something that doesn't make any sense and I can cripple what you're saying, well, why wouldn't he call Pfizer and say, "Hey, wait a second, our stock was 120 3 weeks ago. I mean, this is our data. Give them all the excuse the language, give them all the data that they need, and have Pfizer come out and say, "Oh, maybe we just buy you. If you're really worth 120, I can go buy you for $70. You can be part of our team." Pretty simple. Let me tell you, If you see value in anything, I don't care what it is, it's a sale or whatever, right? You go see a sale, you go see some furniture that's selling at $10,000, selling at $1,000, you pretty much go buy it. You go buy it, and it sells out the next day. Why is Sava not going up? Why is it not going up? If they had anything that's real, it would have went way higher. It would be right back up. QS looks like it's going to go to $5. It's going to go to $5. Ovid, they're going to have the greatest battery in the world in 2028. How many other companies are going to have the greatest battery technology in the world by 2028, Omid? I mean,
Yeah.
that's 7 years from now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous what the CEO says. But here's the thing. If you're a CEO and you have a product that's great, you go to companies, why wouldn't he say, hey, we're going to do a secondary offering and Pfizer is going to buy it all? Right, Omid? What do you think happens to Sava if Pfizer buys it all? Or Johnson & Johnson?
Stamp of approval.
But why are they not buying it, right? Why are they not buying it? Because you can't prove to them it's real. You can't prove to them it's real. Okay, what else you got? Great comment on Sava, Omid.
Yeah,
Omid was a
good
Sava
stuff.
king. He was a Sava king. I mean,
I know.
Okay,
it was good while it lasted, right? So, and then Bib, you have lawmakers getting involved, right? Congress, I mean, asking for data.
Let me tell you, if they take this thing away from BIIB, and I've never seen that happen, if they do, this stock is at 200. I mean, instantly.
Right back.
Right to 200.
Yeah, it would be pretty huge. So that's with those, again, CPI, PPI data, SPX roll. You have a lot of macro stuff that could whip the market around. So just to my earlier point, I think keep your head on a swivel and take profits. I mean, obviously, if the price action proves differently on the open, let's say we open and we go up and we keep it, that's good, right? You can trade accordingly. But if you're gonna get whipped around like the futures at night, I don't know. I think at least until the SPX roll is done, you want to take your profits.
Exactly, and then we see. So interesting. Okay, good morning, everybody. 9/7. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Okay, this is SPX roll week. It's going to start. Here's one more thing on this chart that Omid showed you said SPX roll starts on the 9th. Why is there a chart that says on the 9th? Why don't they have an asterisk next to that? You know why? Because whoever built that chart and these people that are giving you information don't have a clue. If Omid owns SPXs and he decides he wants to roll today, he can roll today. He doesn't have to wait till the 9th. He can sell his position today. There's no, oh my God, I have to wait till the 9th or I have to wait till the 10th. He can do it today. He doesn't have to hold his position. There's nothing to that. The thing should have an asterisk say SPX roll. People can roll easily a week or 2 weeks earlier to a week or 2 weeks later. What does later mean? How do you roll later, Sam? You let it expire. It's in the money. Say it's in the money 100 points. You let it expire. You let it settle. And you say, okay, I'm going to wait a little while before I get back in. That's it. This isn't mandatory. You can go make your money. You go make $100,000. You don't have to put it all in the next day. You can wait. You can sell. If you're up $100,000, you can go sell it today. You don't have to wait till next week. That's SPX roll. It can start at any time. Okay? SPX 35.52 up, 34.91 down. Lam Research can't seem to get through 616. NVIDIA looks a little bit better, 231 better. Goldman Sachs, you got the PPI and CPI coming. If they're super strong, for that day, people are going to say, oh my God, they're going to raise rates again, even though the jobs report. They're not going to. It doesn't matter. Okay? Needs 421. Snow trying to go hard, 311, 316 underneath 298. Bad. ZS. This one looks like it wants to really fly. This one looks like it wants 330 and 352. Wow. Well, look at this one. Look at this one early. Try and get in for earnings. It's ridiculously strong. Shop 1591, 1631 underneath 1491. Bad. NVAX. Good news. Looks a little bit better. Can it get through 266, 266? CMG needs 1936. Amazon down a little bit, needs 3509, 3526 seems to be very, very hard. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Apple is at 155. It looks like it's going to try 156, 159. UPST very strong, 251, 256. Netflix trying for 600, 603, 609, underneath 581. Bad. BTNX, we're in this one. Let's see if it runs. Up $1 already. See if it can get to 339, 351. Moderna working lower, working lower. Let it go lower right at this 416 breakout. MDB ridiculously strong, 531. Roku needs 351 and then 372, 351, 372. But here's the thing on Roku you should know. Nobody has come to protect it. Oh, Amazon's going to release a TV. It's going to take some of their ad revenue and all this stuff down. And not one analyst came to protect it. Isn't that interesting? That's a tell. Google 2929 accelerator. Tesla trying to go 744, 752, 772. Then we see. Watch in the first 10 minutes. If it pops 5 to 10, if it goes negative, it's done for the entire week. Okay? One other thing you should remember. Today is Tuesday. It is not Monday. Premiums are based on Tuesday. Watch it. Apple event invite today. Interesting. That could be true. Stava we talked about. Tesla we talked about. Unemployment insurance ending for a lot of people. Things can change. Lack of jobs all over the United States. Lack of jobs that people want. Different. There's a different thing. And that's what we know. Everybody have a great trade day. See you in chat.